Did Dallas just pull off a trade nobody saw coming? Rumors are exploding that the Cowboys could be targeting an unexpected superstar, and if this deal is real, it would instantly change the balance of power in the NFC. Some fans are thrilled at the idea of adding elite talent. Others are questioning the cost and long-term impact. Why would Dallas make this move now? And what would they have to give up to land a true game-changer? One overlooked detail in the rumor suggests this might not be random at all. If true, the Cowboys just made a statement. If you thought the Dallas Cowboys were going to have a quiet offseason, think again, because what I'm about to break down could completely flip the script on everything we thought we knew about this team. There are rumblings, real momentum building behind the scenes, that the Dallas Cowboys are exploring a blockbuster move for an unexpected superstar, and if this actually goes down, it would instantly change the balance of power in the NFC. This isn't just another minor depth signing. This isn't a rotational player. We're talking about a name that would send shockwaves across the entire league. Right now, the Cowboys sit at a crossroads. After another roller coaster season filled with promise, frustration, and big expectations, the front office knows something has to shift. You can only run it back so many times before fans start demanding something bold. And when you look at the current roster, there's talent everywhere. Offensively, you still have franchise quarterback Dak Prescott leading the charge. You've got playmakers, you've got a defense anchored by game wreckers like Micah Parsons. But in the modern NFL, good isn't enough. Not when teams like the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles are constantly loading up for deep playoff runs. So here's what's being whispered around league circles. The Cowboys have quietly checked in on a superstar who most people never even imagined would be available. And what makes this so fascinating is that the team in question might actually be open to listening. That's the key. Availability changes everything in this league. The moment a franchise even hints at a reset, contenders start circling like sharks. Now imagine this scenario. Dallas identifies a top-tier talent on a team entering a cap crunch or a mini rebuild. Maybe that player is frustrated. Maybe negotiations stalled. Maybe the front office is trying to get ahead of a massive contract extension. Whatever the reason, the door cracks open just enough. And that's when a team like Dallas makes the call. The Cowboys have draft capital. They have tradable pieces. They have the kind of market appeal that can convince a superstar that this is the place to elevate their legacy. Think about what happens when a star joins the Cowboys brand. The spotlight gets brighter instantly. Primetime games. National headlines. A chance to be the missing piece on one of the league's most talked about franchises. Let's break down what kind of unexpected superstar we could be talking about. It could be a dominant wide receiver who stretches the field and takes pressure off the entire offense. Imagine a true number one that forces defenses to double-team every snap, opening lanes for the run game and underneath routes. It could be a lockdown corner who completely reshapes the secondary and allows defensive coordinator creativity to skyrocket. Or maybe it's a disruptive interior defensive lineman who collapses the pocket and makes life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. Whatever the position, the word unexpected is what makes this so explosive. Because the Cowboys haven't historically been ultra-aggressive at the trade deadline or in splashy off-season trades unless the value is perfect. This front office likes calculated risks. But there comes a point when calculated risks turn into necessary risks. Let's talk about why now makes sense. Dak Prescott is in his prime window. You don't waste prime quarterback years by playing it safe. Around the league, we've seen aggressive moves pay off. Teams that swing big sometimes miss, but when they hit huge. Championships aren't won by timid front offices. They're won by organizations that recognize the moment. Financially, Dallas would have to structure this carefully. The salary cap is always the first obstacle. But creative contract restructuring, converting salary to bonuses, extending current players to lower cap hits in the short term, these are all tools the Cowboys can use. And if the target superstar is under contract for multiple years, even better. That gives Dallas flexibility and long-term vision. Now think about the locker room impact. Adding a superstar changes internal dynamics. Competition intensifies. Accountability rises. When elite talent walks through the door, everyone levels up. Younger players feed off that energy. Veterans feel the urgency. Suddenly, the margin for excuses disappears. There's also the psychological effect on rivals. The moment the Cowboys pull off a stunner, the entire NFC East takes notice. The New York Giants would have to rethink matchups. The Washington Commanders would have to adjust game plans. The Eagles would immediately feel the pressure of an arms race. But here's where things get really interesting. The Cowboys don't need a full roster overhaul. They need a difference maker. A closer. Someone who shows up in January and tilts the field. Think about those playoff games where one or two plays determine everything. A contested catch. A strip sack. A game-sealing interception. That's what superstars provide. Let's say the Cowboys target an elite pass rusher to pair with Micah Parsons. Now offenses can't slide protection every snap. Someone is getting one-on-one opportunities. And in the NFL, one-on-one often equals domination. Or imagine a dynamic offensive weapon who turns third and long into a manageable situation because defenses can't key in on one player. The risk, of course, is giving up valuable draft picks. That's the price of doing business. But here's the reality. Draft picks are potential. Superstars are proven production. If the front office truly believes this team is one piece away, sacrificing a first-rounder or a package of picks becomes far more justifiable. And let's not ignore the fan base. Cowboys Nation has been starving for that breakthrough moment. Regular season success is nice. Highlight plays are fun. But deep playoff validation is what matters. A bold trade signals to the entire fan base that management is all in. There's also a legacy component. Owner Jerry Jones has always embraced the dramatic. He understands headlines. He understands momentum. Pulling off an unexpected superstar trade would reignite national conversation instantly. It would dominate sports shows. It would shift betting odds. It would redefine expectations. Now imagine the press conference. Cameras flashing. The superstar walking onto the stage with a Cowboys jersey. Social media exploding within seconds. Teammates reacting. Analysts debating whether this is the move that finally pushes Dallas over the top. But here's the twist that makes this story even more compelling. The player being discussed might not even be publicly linked yet. That's how these situations often unfold. One insider hint. One cryptic comment. One subtle contract disagreement. Then suddenly it becomes real. The Cowboys have to weigh chemistry versus talent. But in today's NFL, elite talent tends to win out. Coaches can design schemes. They can manage personalities. But they can't manufacture raw ability. If an unexpected superstar becomes realistically attainable, you at least pick up the phone.